those questions. And he told us, love your neighbor as I have loved you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you base it on Christ's love,
Mm-hmm.
none of those things matter because you will build a safe place. You will deny yourself and build a safe place. Christ came in the midst of all of our sins and knowing that we weren't no good. He already knew. I know what they can do, what they will do because of what they done. But he said he made it in his will. I'll go down. I'll die for him. When he came down and he went to the cross, he met the assignment of the Lord. So people do not think that you will give up yours for them. They don't think that. They destruct. It's called a destruction. And because the fear and the unbelief that they're not loved, they self-destruct. They start doing things that are it doesn't seem right, and then they start but they're confused because the enemy comes in and tries to say they don't love you. Oh, you really think they're gonna let you go? Somebody have to manifest. Jesus said he was manifested to destroy the works of the devil. So now the works of the devil have to be destroyed. They're already done through Jesus Christ. So now who is going to be Jesus Christ in the flesh so that the works of the devil could be destroyed in this realm? Because it's already done in the spirit. So now she desires to come. So he said, think on those things which are true, lovely, honest. Is it any praise? Is it any? So those are the thoughts that should be going through the heads of the ones involved. So if you are the greater one that God has chosen to carry the Spirit and you understand the things of the Spirit, then she may be one that is searching for Christ. So when you open that door of invite, even though you opened it not really knowing, but in your heart, Christ had already opened it. He had already told you. That's why you had to do it in the earth. So now the door of invite is open. And then when she received it and y'all laughed on the phone and everything is fine, then the fear went her way and said, I don't know. But then she called back and said, okay, I won't come this time, I'll come. So we delay. So now in her delay, there's more time to think. She said, I'll come on the 1st or whenever. She desires to come. That means desire is there, but there is a fear mechanism of unbelief that is there too. And on your side, when the thought of, oh, she gonna come on that day, okay, good, because I wasn't ready anyway. So it's both people in a place of uncertainty. That's how it was when y'all came here. I wanted it. I so wanted it. But I too was afraid. I wanted it, but I didn't want it as much as I didn't want it. Because if that's the case, we would not have had the altercation. Sharon would not have to leave and walk up and down the street. I wouldn't be upset because she's walking up and down the street. So I thought I had something to prove. But the Bible says that you have no reputation. So if I let my reputation go and love this person like I would love somebody on the street, but because this is my familiar, my family, S-A-M, my familial, then I'm acquainted with that. So that's harder to love. That's why he said your enemies are in your family. And then he said, love your enemies. Oh, Lord. So it's not the person on the street. It's my family. And he said, hide not myself from my own flesh. That is my own flesh. because that which is flesh is flesh. I was born from that. I know that. Familiar with it. So what must we do? You don't do nothing till you got to do something. You wait on the Father, through Jesus Christ. You walk in silence. Listen, faith comes by hearing. Whatever Christ tells you to do is going to be something that you cannot do. You have to have faith. Because if you can do it and you can see it, you don't need faith.
Well, I know I thought about the same thing that you said and the same thing that I told you because I said, how you gonna want a ministry to help people and you don't even help your own family? And then, but the difference in a ministry and helping somebody is they agree to follow the rules. And the rules are set forth, and then both parties enter in agreement. Because the Bible says, without getting all you're getting, get an understanding. And unless they agree. There initially and asked her what was the plan, what was going on, did she want a place to stay or what? She said, don't handle me. Don't handle me. Don't handle me. So, so, so I felt like, wait a minute, because I ain't seen you in since 2023. It is 2026.
So shouldn't it be a celebration instead of wait a minute, you gotta know the rules. That's what I did to y'all.
But it is only that because, okay, and I'm gonna say this. Hold on, let me get my stuff together. I'm gonna say this because it's how I feel. Belittle her or none of that. But I feel like me and Sharon is not on the same mental health level. It's not saying that she crazy by no means. I am not saying that a crazy person couldn't sue people and make legal contracts and all of that. I'm not calling her crazy. But what I am saying is I can't let her come. I would say the same thing that you said. I was just telling you when it happened at your house, let me say it to her so she could receive it better from me. But she couldn't come here either with no grocery buggy. And she said, you must be done forgot how you lived. I'm not going to live like that. I have forgot. I try every day to forget. I cry about it. Yeah, I'm forgetting that. Forget those things that are behind. Impression.
So right there,
Mm-hmm.
right there, you said I am forgetting. Okay, so now because you've been in that place, the invite was made because she's in a similar place, but you're not ready for that invite because you're yet don't want to go back there, but you're opening this invite for there. So in opening the invite for there, you're going back there. So now, when you're trying to forget back there, but you're opening an invite for here or there where she is, she's in the present place. That's a past place for you. So being that you haven't forgotten the complete of the past, then her present is warring against what it is that you're trying to forget. So you're saying, look, you can't be doing, but when you say what you cannot do, then when a law is put in place, then sin is present. But when you remove the law and there is no cans and cannots, you're free. So that's what I did when you all came. I love my family, but I can't stand to see them in certain situations. So then I was trying to correct what it was that I felt was incorrect. But in doing that, you draw them away and you run them away. And the word of God said, with loving kindness have I drawn you. So we do what? We desire to do the right, good, kind thing. But we're not ready, as he told Peter. You're not ready yet. Because you can't embrace all of this with no complaints.
See, you can't.
You can't
Mm-hmm.
embrace it And so that's why I'm saying what you're saying. You're stuck, you're in a place of forgetting and receiving. You
because
want to receive, but you haven't forgot.
this is Sharon, unlike me. Now I'm just being real. Sharon, I'm
Hmm.
not doing any judgment, no bad. Sharon, unlike me, flim flams when it come down to money. Sharon still do that. Will ask
Hmm.
for your money and keep all of hers. Don't
Hmm.
and she don't want to be accountable. You just had
Right.
your whole check, and don't nobody talk to you anymore after you get your money. And then as
Hmm.
soon as you run out, you call and you use that. But don't nobody know where you done been when you get your check. You took yourself
Hmm.
out of the state where anybody know you at. When I went to
Hmm.
California, I went on my own. I didn't none of y'all got me back. I got myself back. Cause that's what I
Hmm.
wanted to do. If you making
Hmm.
money and going to sue all these
True.
different people, and spending
Hmm.
money on that. And she just said that in the message. She spent money on another lawsuit. And nobody's giving you no money because they see that you're homeless and they're taking advantage. So even I keep telling her, if you get somewhere and sit still, Sharon, ain't nobody gonna pay you out there. That's what Aunt Betty Joyce told me. I ain't like it either, but
Hmm.
it was true. So you need to get somewhere and get situated. When people see you got a roof and somewhere stable, things will go different. She don't want no parts of that. So what I'm saying is I can't let you come here as much as that desire is there, and I want you to have a place to stay. I want you to be here, blah, blah, blah. But I can't let you just come here and disrupt my life and then say, all right, I'm going back out into the street now because the 28th done come. No.
Okay. So then what you do is you let her know. You can only tell what people are by track record. And according to your track record, you haven't proved faithful. I'm not judging you, but you haven't proved faithful to yourself. You haven't proved faithful to your family, to your children. You don't even have to go into the specifics. But I need, if you're going to come here, then you would have to pay it forward. You can't just come, like just come, and I don't know what's going to happen in the end.
That's what I
I,
said. Cause I'm like, you. If I go out, we could go through groceries together. I can't do rides with you, but you ain't finna be up in my house all day, laid up in no air. Cause you ain't paying no bills. So when I leave and I go to
she's
work,
going to
you got.
understand that, and she will quickly say that's okay and hang up.
I know
It's
that's
not a
because
big deal.
that's how it was when she said on the phone. She said, "You trying to handle me?" No, I'm not. I'm just trying to get an
So,
understanding and let you
yeah.
know where I'm coming from because this is what I want for her. I want you to come here, take a bath. Come on, let's put on a pretty wig. Come on, let's get
What
your
you
skin
want.
cleans. And
That's
right,
what you
because I
want.
want her to
She's
go
not
back
ready for
to
that. She's not ready
herself.
for it. She's not ready for it. So what you're going to have to do, she's not going to change because she's not wanting to submit to the rules of life, but she wants to do law.
That's
And when
it.
she
See,
walk in the courtroom,
that's exactly
she's
what the
going to do
problem is.
exactly what they say. But she don't want to submit to the rules or the law of life. Life has a law,
It does.
you know, and you have to submit to it.
It does.
If you
And
don't
that
buy
is so
food, you're
true.
not going to eat.
That is true. And I keep saying you get a check, you won't go get no counseling, you won't go talk. You got to take a bath, change your clothes, and all of that. When I was out there, I bet them people would tell you Crystal came and took a bath in our bathroom every day. And at Target every day. I bathed in a pot, in a trash can every day.
Yeah. And you
So
can't just keep taking off new clothes and throwing them in the
yeah,
trash.
I mean I'm allowing you to come in. I haven't used my other bathroom at all. So to
Me either.
Gwanda said she don't want to take ain't gonna take no bath. You said she wouldn't take no bath at your house. And when she came up here the last time, I said, Sharon, you gonna have to take a bath.
Too many diseases
It's too much.
and stuff like that.
It's
And
too
so
much.
because of that, then and then she's trying to put her in a hospital.
Right?
Yeah, but I think she needs hospitalization a little bit just so they can, see where she is. But being that said, then I'll say, well, you have a choice. You can have a check and you can have yourself and you could think that's life. And you go to the store every month and get a little something, be happy. And then the sadness come back around again after your check is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
then you feel alone again
we
and
ain't heard
alienated.
nothing from her at all.
Mm-mm.
And then as soon as the money ran out, where is it, Sharon? Because she making me think, do you really have a drug problem? And we just don't know. Because every
No, I don't foresee her. I but they said she paid $400. She taking that check and trying to do what her passion is, which is that law. I don't think she's on drugs. I just think she got a stronghold with law,
it's
and
but
that's what it is.
anybody that know Easter know you don't have to travel to sue people. And if you just keep
No, but
doing
she feels if she up there in the city, that they'll be able to see her, know she real.
Aunt Betty Joyce told me, and she was right. Aunt Betty Joyce said when them people call their attorneys, white people call their attorneys, and them people come evaluate you and you don't even know. And when they find you and they see you homeless, I don't care how good your case is. I got hit by O'Reilly's, an
Mm-mm.
18 wheeler. And that man said, "I'm sorry. We haven't found any plausible connection. A connection?" And Aunt Betty Joy said that's a $50,000 case, Crystal. They're not going to give you that when they find out that you're living in that truck. You're not going to get $50,000 from them. You're going to have to find a place to live, or they're not going to pay. They're not. I'm just telling you what I know. And she was right. That white man said, we'll give you $100. I hung up
No,
on
you
him.
don't need to be done that way. What Everybody is responsible for themselves.
And
God
them
has not
people,
made you
somebody
responsible for
told me you
sharing.
shouldn't sue him back because them people did an untruthful claim. That was Aunt Betty Joyce said that was a $50,000 claim. She said you got hit in the back, no fault of your own, by a tractor trailer. And I got done like that because I was homeless. That's why I'm telling her. And you can't tell her nothing. Like I would, I will listen. I will listen. I'll take a bath. I'll follow the rules because I want to be normal. I don't like for
Mhm.
people to look at me and think I'm not normal. I don't like that. That hurt my feelings if you call me crazy. So Sharon, on the other hand, done got used to it. She don't care. So I'm saying I don't mind coming to get you, but look, if I come get you, you're gonna have to help me come up with all of my money because I'm not gonna be doing what I would be doing if you wasn't here because you're here. So we're gonna have to go do
No,
Instacart.
first hand witness. Sharon was supposed to come here, pay me $600 to be in that room. When she got here, she stayed there, and when I asked her for the money, she looked at me like I was crazy, and she said, "Uh,
Cause
I
she
don't
don't,
think she
cause,
didn't give it to me.
cause she don't. Daddy said it
She's
when
not
she
used
was
to paying
18.
bills."
She ain't gonna pay none. She ain't. That's just
So,
her.
so what you do? The Bible said, "Follow peace with all men, even her." What is the peaceful route?
She
The
want
peaceful
money.
route, Sharon, I think, because I feel like I don't want to put any type of duress on you. I don't want to put any type of strain on you. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to get anything from you. So I feel the best thing to do is just to allow you to visit, and if you want to come a weekend or a day, then you go back. But I don't think it's a good idea for us to coexist. Mm-mm. That's not
I
that
just
because
don't see when them
you
people
bring in you bring in aggravation to yourself.
when that lady got me off that thing and said, "All right, so what do you plan on doing?" I had a plan. That lady came and put me in a 2 bedroom almost empty apartment she was renovating. She said, "All right, what do you want to do? How you gonna? We're gonna let you stay here for 3 months, no rent, no nothing. Now, How do you wanna live? 3 months." She said, How do you want? What can you do around here? That okay? Because we got you all situated. They did. They took me to Target. I didn't know what to do. East. I thought it was Christmas. I thought it was Christmas. They said, go through and get whatever you want. I said, huh? She said, get whatever you want. I went and got a little bar of soap. She said, oh, bless her heart. She said, honey, get the large bottle. And then she said, what else? And I said, she said, where's your clothes? Let's get you some clothes. And I said, I picked up a little shirt. She said, honey, honey, get whatever you want. I ain't know how to act. I ain't know how to act. I didn't even know how to fathom it. So then they took me to church, and then she took me back to the store. She said, you ready to go again? Come on, get some stuff out of here. Get whatever you want. We are not worried about it. And I said, uh, um, I still didn't know what to do, East. I still ain't know what to do.
Your mindset wasn't
It
there.
had done went small. And that's what I know have happened to Sharon. Her desires have diminished because they now just used to surviving. She done been in fight or flight too long. I know. And so I'm saying, I know you need to come in here and rest, get something to eat. I understand all of that. I know where you at. But I also know too now, you can't expect for me to say, all right, you're just going to come up in here and lay in here and bring your grocery cart and everything else and then run back out here on the 28th. I ain't going to let you use me like that because at the end of the day, you don't care about nobody else's feelings but yours. You don't care about how your children feel by you being out there. You don't care about how Easter feel, how I feel. You just want what Sharon wants. But when it come down to, am I going to go to counseling? No. Are you going to get a job? No. Are you going to help me? No. I just want somewhere to be. And she said, and then she said, she know because she is a paralegal. She know how to use words. So she said, I'm just feeling extremely discouraged today. I ain't falling for it, Sharon. Not falling for it. I ain't falling for it. Because I know that she done been like that since she was 18 years old. 18. I was a child and remember Daddy going to whoop her at the motel on Gordon on Deansbridge Road. Daddy whooped her at the motel and called her a dumb bum because she was out there begging at 18. So Sharon likes that lifestyle. And when I talked to her on the phone and she told me, it ain't that bad. I ain't really in the street. I be living on the bus. You like it. You like it. Because I ain't never told nobody that. I ain't never said that. Somebody, if you would have called me and said, all right, then Chris, you can come and this what you going to do? No problem. I'm on the way. I'm coming. Because I want it to be back like myself. I want it to be back like I am right now.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah. I don't want to be out there. I don't. And so I got up this morning and went to work at 6 o'clock. I got $1,300 in bills to pay by the first. I don't have time to play with Sharon. I ain't got time. I gotta work. I get out here and hustle and pay these bills legally. I got up and drove all day. I just got back. So what make you think you could just come and say, and I'm just gonna come and just and relax for a while? Relax, relax,
Mm-hmm.
girl. This is my apartment and I can't even relax. What you mean relax? We gotta work. Come on. We finna come on, make this grocery together. We finna deliver food together, but we finna do something. But we ain't finna be in this house all day because I have to pay rent, Sharon. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay
So
bills.
no sense in upsetting your peace. See, you not up. Your peace is upset. See, he said follow peace with all men. So now that you deal with Sharon, your peace done got upset. So you got to back up and say, okay, peace, I apologize. So now, the Bible say, yet not I, but Christ. So where you at, Christ? Because he said he gave me peace. So dealing with Sharon, peace done got upset, and God done chastised it and told it to be still. So now what's causing my peace to move and not be still. It's this situation right here. So that means it's not of God.
Cause I'm just trying to figure out how you think somebody gonna feel when you walk back out the door and say, "I'm going back to that life." Cause that is exactly what she said. She going
Well,
back
that's not going to
there.
cause you to feel good. So you don't want to see that. You don't want to be a part of that. So let her stay where she is and do what she do.
I
That's
just
all.
I just don't see how I got a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Why you just don't want to come and let's say,
But she
okay,
don't want to come. That don't phase her. Some people don't care about none of that. You the one paying for it. They don't care about having things in this world because she probably think it's godly not to have it, and you think it's godly to have it.
I got up and
So,
went
so
to
to her, she don't want to do it.
I got up this morning and I'm still at work. I got up this morning and went to work at 6 o'clock this morning. Got up, threw my clothes on, and went to work. I got to pay a phone bill. I went and got the money to pay my phone bill. I got up. I had $5 in my account. I couldn't call. I wasn't gonna call nobody. I got up and went to work. You don't need to go to no church. Go to work. You don't need to call Easter. Go to work. I went to
That's
work. I had $5. I had $5 in my account this morning. I paid my rent yesterday, and I thought they was gonna take out
well,
528, but I forgot my rent was 1160 because it was late. So my rent was 6 something this morning. Either way, regardless of
that,
the fact, the rent got paid. Rent has to be paid because you need somewhere to live. I got up and went to work. I ain't complained. I
you
said,
have
"Thank
to
you,
make
Jesus, for
the
having a
you,
job,
you have to
having a
make
work,
the
a
most
job."
urgent decision when
Mhm.
you're making decisions.
Yeah,
I had to pay my insurance.
I know.
Anything happened to me, I said I have to have my children taken care of.
I know that's right.
I had to pay $557. It ain't matter. Money don't matter when you really want to do something.
When you want to do it, like I said,
But if you don't want to do it, you can have $1,000 and something costs five. But if you don't want to do it, the thousand gonna look better to you,
mhm, girl, when I
and you're gonna end up spending and drifting off of the 500 till you lose it. When you
girl,
could just go and pay the bill, it's gonna give you a feeling of worthfulness,
yeah, cause
that you did something
like I
wise.
said this morning, it was maturity. Cause any other time something would have came out of my account and I know I would have been upset, calling names, all of that. No,
Yeah,
when I
and
looked in
all of
that and
things in
seen,
there,
when I
child.
looked and seen it was my rent, I said, "Oh, thank you, Jesus, my rent got paid this morning. My rent is paid."
Yeah,
You know, so that was a blessing. So then I said, okay, well, let me move on to the next thing. That's my phone bill. Got my phone bill paid. Let me move on to the next bill. I'm getting ready to pay my
yeah, it makes
insurance.
you feel
It
good.
make me feel good. Yeah, I be working whatever, but I'm also knocking them bills out the way. You know, my rent was
And
my
everybody else in the
everybody
mhm,
got to do it. It's not fair that she
everybody
think
else in
that she
mhm.
get to keep $1,100 to herself and to just call different family members and say, you know, I'm still out here, but nobody can't ask you where your money went,
Yeah,
and you don't
and
call nobody after
you're
you
not,
get it.
and and that particular person is not coming. You're not seeing any manifestation
Mm-mm.
of okay, she got an apartment this week. She got a phone. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
good. She got something as cheap as a phone, and you get $1,100, and you can't invest in yourself. It says a lot about you. So you have to just say, okay, so she can't distinguish the importance of a phone. She's not going to be able to distinguish the importance of staying with people.
Mm-mm.
She can't. That you won't get that because it's not important to her to give up her money for that. So I mean, if she don't know why she need a phone, she got children, grandchildren, family. So she cut herself off in that way. So what makes you think she's not gonna cut you off when it's time to go? I ain't got time to listen to this. And when somebody have an attitude like that and you don't treat them well, it provokes you. Mm-mm,
Cause
I'm
see,
not gonna do it.
I said, I told you, I said, I don't be doing some of these orders because they be far out. They be like, far out. But if she was with me, we could do them. Like me and her could go and you ride with me and we gonna ride all day, girl, and make this money and we'll split it. I give you half and then I get half, but I said that on the phone. I was thinking we could come down here. I pick you up and we'll go to work together in Nashville. Sharon don't want to do stuff like that. She don't want to do stuff like that. She wants she
So
what
it
she
looks like
wants me
you're
to what she wants me to say is I'll pay for your bus ticket and then when I do and she get down here and if she act up she say, "Oh, you the one brought me down here." That's what she wants.
no. So if you
That's what she
already
wants.
have, like, it's already out and you already see it. When you wise, you see trouble before it comes.
I
See, that's
dr-
how you escape it.
Even though I don't think it was necessarily a dream from God, but I dreamed I had came back home and Sharon was in my rent office and had some drums. And I said, "Why are you?" And she said, the rent lady said, "I thought that something was wrong. I didn't know who she was. She was in here inquiring about your balance." And we was just waiting because we didn't know you didn't have anybody on your lease and then Sharon was in there saying, "I'm gonna tell him everything that you're doing. I'm gonna tell." And I said, I knew this was not a good idea. And I woke up. I woke up. I don't know where the drums came from. Like I said, I'm not trying to say the dream came from the Lord or none of that. I think what it
No, it
was
did. It did. It did.
I dreamed she was saying,
All things. The Bible say all things are of God.
I dreamed she said, "I'm finna tell him that Nika living on your sofa, and you finna get out of here." And I said, and she was in there. She had a whole set of drums, and I said, "Where did you get them drums?
So
You
when
is
you
doing
have
too
a
much."
drums,
She had
drums
drums.
mean she's going to be making noise in your neighborhood. You don't need that.
She had a whole set of drums, and she was at my rent
No.
office. And the rent lady said, "We thought that something was wrong. She was in here asking about your balance, and we just was waiting on you,
Uh-uh.
but
It's
we
like, I
thought that
mean, you don't
something was
need
wrong."
nothing else.
And I said, "You gotta go." And she said, I'm finna tell everything." And I said, "Sharon, you gotta go." I said, "I knew this was not a good idea." And she said, "I'm gonna tell him
So
Nika
you
live
need
in there."
to.
And she said, "I'm gonna tell him that girl on the sofa." And she was making all kind of scenes. And the rent lady said, "Yeah, she's gonna have to leave. She's gonna." I said, I knew it was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake. And I said,
Okay, so
I ain't finna do it." She had a
okay,
whole
so
set
you
of
done.
drums.
Okay, so you've been pre-warned before it happens. You called me and he said, follow peace. You need to just let her know you love her, but at this time, that's not an option for her to come and stay with you. That's all you need to say. And she'll say, okay, thank you. It doesn't matter what you think of me. It doesn't matter whether you think I don't love you or not. God knows. And when He warns people, He warns them. Sharon used to be out there on the street cursing me out, calling me all kind of names out loud on the corners. She said she did it, but God had me do her good, and she said, "I'm so sorry for what I did." She know, but in this case, you're asking and seeking Him. Should I not? And He gave you a dream. He said He opens up our ears in the night time, seal our instructions. He already done put the instructions on what to do. We don't have to know the why, because we can't do nothing. We can do nothing without Him. You cannot try to be a good sister. No man is good, just God. It doesn't matter. You can't try to be a good. Just you can't do it. You just say, "I'm sorry, I can't do it right now." She don't think the apartment. She may be happy for you, but you're thinking about, oh, we can go to work together. See, you got it all laid out,
And that ain't that type of person. She ain't that type of person. She
right?
want to
And you
get
got
out
it
here
all
and
laid
get in
out.
these streets and go to the libraries and go do all that and come back and lay down and do everything and have all her money herself. No, that is not. I'm sorry. That ain't it. We can't do that. We can't do that. You can come here and we can go to work together And then on one day that you got to do something, we can get off early. But you got to earn your keep because you're going to be coming up here running extra bills. I told that lady today on my thing, she said, you sound so smart. This man asked me my story, and I told him that I was homeless and God blessed me and I live on a budget. My budget is $87 a day. That's how much it costs me to pay all of my bills in my house. I need $87 a day to make my house run. That's everything that I owe. So that's why I have to make driving to take care of everything. So if I have all of my stuff budgeted and outlined, I can't let somebody come in here and disrupt that. Not right now. I'm working to get all of my stuff paid. Like I told you, I know exactly how much money I need to have in my bank account on the 30th. I know exactly how much I need to the T and how much I need to make every day that I go to work. That takes um, a strong mind, determination, and persistence, and it takes the ability to get up
And
and go to
focus.
work and focus. I got up this morning and went to work at 6 o'clock. Got up out of the bed. Ain't no sleep. Get up and go to work. What you laying down there telling God you need the money for when you got a job? Go to work.
That's
It's not
right.
gonna come to you. You can't go asking nobody for no money. I said, I'm gonna go ask the people for the church for my light bill. And I felt so convicted. The Lord said, no, you got a job. Go to Nashville. I ain't want to go because it costs $40 to go. I ain't want to go for a lot of reasons. Go to Nashville and trust the Lord. Got in the car and went to Nashville and was obedient. And you know what? I had a wonderful day. This man gave me, I don't know how much that tip was that man gave me. I had 60 some dollars in the account before it done. When I got finished with that man ride, it said $90. I don't know how much his tip really was, but it was amazing. He gave me a $36 ride plus a tip. It was amazing. He said, you did such a one. I really enjoyed talking to you. I said, wait a minute. I said, where you playing at? He was a musician. I said, where you playing at? And he told me where he was playing. I said, wait a minute. You told me you ain't rich and famous. Yes, you are, because you can't go there unless, I said, you got to be on the big screen. You got to be rich to go there, because they only play big people, because I know, because I bring people here all the time. And he started laughing. And I said, see there? See? I said, I asked you when you got in the car, did I need to get your autograph? I had somebody famous in my back seat. Didn't even know it because I don't listen to country music. But the point of the matter was that God just let me have a good ride with the man. He was going to get his amplifier fixed. And God let me have a good ride with the man. The man said, I really enjoyed talking to you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I said, you too. And we end up talking. He was with me about almost an hour. Almost an hour.
Mm.
And man gave me a nice tip and everything. Wonderful ride. Just being nice. And he said, I mean, you really have a good outlook. He said, I love your business. He told me, I was talking to him about core. And he said, I love it. I love it. He said, that is a wonderful idea. I said, yep. And you know what? I said, and I ain't got a dollar for the land, but God does. And I said, I love it. That the idea is so much bigger than me that I have to have God. If I could do it on my own and can see how to put it all together, I wouldn't need God. I said, so this idea is so big, I need the Lord. And he said, that's right. And he said, that's a wonderful idea. And he said, I like it. And he said, so you'll let the people stay there? He said, I mean, eventually you're going to have to make them pay some rent. I said, no. He said, or they're going to be using you. I said, no, I'm working them. I'm building them. And I said, I ain't going to let them go because God didn't let me go. And then he said, oh, I love it. He said, I love it. I said, see, once they stay for a while, I keep reviewing them to see what they're eligible to pay. And then they pay a little bit more, and then I branch them out into their own place to live. And I said, I don't let them go. I don't let them out. I graduate them into their own place to live, home ownership. And I said that way they have a story to tell, and then they go and do the same thing for somebody else. He said, I really, really like your plan. And he said, so what do you think about the people that are out here just playing on the street and putting people's money? And I said, then they should go to jail for tax evasion, because that's what it is. He said, you're right. That is what it is. I said, yeah, because I got to pay taxes. You got to pay taxes. Why don't they? And he said, you're right. You're so right. And so we talked about it, and I let him go, but he gave me a good ride today, and I was so grateful for it. So yeah, I made the money for my phone bill, and I'm still at work, trying to get me some more work in. I'm back in Bowling Green though, but I'm working, and I'm so proud of myself because I got up early, and I stayed focused, and I went on ahead and got that. Girl, I had that money by 10 o'clock, and I was like, I could go home now, and I'm gonna work a little bit longer. But yeah, I went on ahead and got my money, child. I was glad. I said, thank you, Jesus, for that. Got my money, and now here it is, coming on back. Gonna get some more work done. But yeah, I was just wanting to call to tell you that she had wanted the money to come, and I don't have it right now. I have to get my bills paid. I mean, I have money in my account, but I have to pay my bills by the 30th. I got my insurance, my car note, my bankruptcy, all of that has to be paid by the end of this month. And I really want to honor the Lord and have all of my stuff paid. I want to exceed the expectations of others. I don't want to meet it. Easter, this lady told me today. This lady told me today in my ride. She said, "You are Crystal. You are a genius." She said, "I hope that you meet someone that could really take your ideas." Because I told her, I said, I was telling her about my idea for a luxury apartment. And then I told her about my idea for Amazon, because Easter, Amazon executive from out of the country got in my car the other day. I picked her up from this rich building downtown. And you know I like rich stuff. Easter, she came out of there, and she was white, and she got in the car, and she had on her cashmere throw. And I seen and knew it was rich. Easter, I was like, yes! Easter, she got in the car, and I was talking to her, and I was like, so what are you doing? She said, I work for Amazon. And she said, and so I work in the office, and I travel with them. And so I said, okay. And so we got to talking, and then she said, and so we got to talking, and then after we got to talking, she said, well, she said, so what we do, we got to talking, and then it just naturally flowed. And then I said, well, I don't know how the question came up, but either way, it got into where was Amazon in the future. And I said, well, I did a research project on y'all a few years ago. You're actually one of my favorite companies. And I said, I didn't tell her I used to work there. And I said, but I see that your product will graduate from Amazon Prime to Amazon Now. And she said, really? And she said, how so? And I said, because the only way you could move up or expand is from giving people their products every 1 to 2 days to give it to them as soon as they order it. And then she said, and how would we do that? And I said, well, you would have to go all robots. And then I said, completely robotic. She said, that is our plan. And then she said, and how would we move our products from one place to the other? I said, all of your hubs would change to robotic storehouses where the products will stay and the robot will move underground into the warehouse and back to the connection to the community where the people will go pick up their product, or where it would take it to a centralized location in the apartment complex. She said, oh my God. She said, I love it. And so tell me more. And then she said, and so what would we do with our trucks? And I said, your trucks would move on the tunnel. They wouldn't be like they are now because that's costing you so much gas. And I said, you spend over $125,000 a year on your trucks. And she said, like she said, where did this girl get this information? I used to work
No,
there,
no,
honey.
what she's going to do, she's going to take it back. And she's going to act like she got a new idea. She's going to present it.
She is, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I
She's
bel
going to present
In
it.
650
And
feet,
then
turn right on Lover's
it,
Lane,
it
then turn
just,
right.
it may open a door for you, but she's going to tell the company.
She is. She is, because we have 45 minutes together in the car. And that lady got out and said, Crystal, I mean, and she asked me so many questions. And she was
And
in,
she had her tape recorder on too.
I bet you she did. She sat there and she
In
said,
150
and so
feet,
how would we,
turn
and
right.
she said, okay, so she said, so the robot, I said, and she said, and so we have a tunnel. I said, yeah, because you can't go
In
that
a
fast
quarter of
on
a
the
mile,
road. So
turn
the
She didn't know
robot,
left.
she had a tunnel.
no, no. I told her, and then I said, I drew this out already. And then she said, you did? And I said, yeah. And I said, because see, when you use your robots can't interact. You don't want them interacting with traffic and all of that because then you have, accidents and stuff. And she said, we don't want any of that. I said, no. I said, so what I did was move your product from A to B, minimized your risk, increased your profit margins, and expanded your product. And when I use all the white people words,
You need to be in your own business. You
I
need to
know, I
you have
know,
you
I know. I need to be doing this for.
but
I need to be doing
you know
this
what
for
I'm
people
saying?
companies.
You're not who you think you are.
I know. I'm better.
You are someone that has been gifted with knowledge. You got to understand what God has given you.
Yeah.
You have knowledge, wisdom above what about what people need.
Yeah.
So you are an analyst.
Uh huh. Uh,
And so what you supposed to be if a company wants to know where are we going in the next 5 years, or can you look at our company and give us some suggestions as to what we need to do? That's where you need to be.
yeah. Issa, she said, I'm gonna tell you this, and then I got to ride. She said, and so what are we? She said, and so she said, so I said, yo, what you're doing is you're gonna roll out a campaign. You're gonna change from Amazon Prime to Amazon Now. And I said, and guess what NOW stands for? She said, tell me. And I said, needs or wants right now. And I said, she said yes. And I said, yeah. I was just screaming in the car. I was so happy. She loved it. She said, Crystal, that is amazing. I said, yeah, because you want to cater to everyone. I said, you are the number one distributor in the entire world. And I said, so the only thing that you can do right now is focus on getting people their product faster. You have to be better than your last your last invention, which was Amazon Prime. So you have to go Amazon right now. And that means you're doing all robotics that goes from one hub to the next. And she said, I love it. Crystal, that is fantastic. She said, we are going robot. I already know because Thor already told me. I already know. And
In
when I did
100
Easter,
feet,
I did
the
the bus
pickup will be on the
company
left.
in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
And huh?
No, I was talking to the lady.
Okay, good. Because I'm going to pick somebody up too. So I love you and I'll call you later on. All right, Ease. Bye bye. Okay, she is still on the phone.
But
All right. Come on, honey. And I just ate fish. I should get me some water out of there. Oh, I am. I am. I am. Go ahead and get some water. Oh. Hold on, let me make sure my car smell good for you. Let me make sure my car smell good for you, boo. Girl, I just can't. I just had some fish from from the store in Portland.
Oh.
So,
Right.
girl, oh, it don't make no
In
sense.
550 feet, turn
It
right.
don't make no sense.
There's a hibachi place that's off of in Hendersonville. It's off the exit.
In 550
98,
feet,
but it's so good.
turn right.
Really?
Yeah, mom and pop store, real good. Whew, real good.
Girl, I went right there. How was your day at work? You don't even smell like fish. You don't
I
smell
don't.
like nothing.
I should, cause I've been there since 8.
Really?
Yeah, they're molding me right now, so
In
I do
550
management mode all
feet,
day
turn
today.
left on
Okay.
Penny
Okay,
Road.
and you
And
look
turn
like one
right.
too coming out there.
Management.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You had the little book bag on. Look like you've been learning.
They trying to cram it in 2 weeks, and I'm like, hold on, man. I've been a manager for years. Like, I'm 44. I've been a manager over 20 years. Customer service.
You
over
look,
20.
they tell me, you know what I'm saying, that I look young too, but you really do. You
Yeah.
really do.
They be trying me.
You really do.
In
I
400
told them I
feet,
dipped and dabbed
turn
in some
right.
little young, sweet and low. I'm just playing.
See, I can't, girl. I can't. I need me an old man.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna
So
get me.
so before I was with women, like I have, like most of the people I date anyway are older because my mind can't focus with these little children.
I'm telling
But
you.
I have lately been into 35 and older, only because some of them levels that they're at is very mature.
Uh-huh.
I do like older. Like I just got through dating someone, well, with someone for 4 years that was, 10 years older. I think I was 44. She 10.
In 500
Yeah.
feet,
44 years
turn
older.
left.
She 54.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not that settled yet. That's the
Okay,
catch. I
yeah.
ain't that settled.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm cool, I chill, I don't
Uh-huh.
I'm bother, I lay back, I want to
But
go sit
not
and be
that-
quiet,
Not
but
that.
not that chill.
Not that. Think about
In
retirement.
700 feet,
Not that,
take a slight
yeah,
left.
Not
Then
that.
turn
Not
right.
that. I see.
But I
I want an older man too, but I don't want one that I got to worry
I
about.
don't have my sugar daddies, I don't have my
I
little,
need me one. I
men.
think somewhere about 50, 52.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
That's great.
yeah, because I did a little too old. With the men, I was always in 60s, 70s, and I want to make sure you good, baby. Get taken
Yeah, I don't want to worry about you. I don't want to worry
I
about
ain't
you.
worried
now.
about him. He was good, but the point is, they be wanting a little too much.
They do.
They be wanting to be a little too extra. They feel a little too needy.
But I do want one.
turn
I want me
right.
one of these white men out here
I
with
just told my
land.
manager that today. I said, listen, baby, I think I can, even though I'm gay, I might can get me a little
I'm
white
gonna get
sugar
me a
daddy.
white man with some land. They tell me to go to Tractor Supply. I be, be taking people around, girl. And the white ladies told me, they was like, you need to get real cute and go to Tractor Supply early in the morning. I said, for real?
Tractor
she said,
Supply,
girl, she
Lowe's
said, Tractor
in the
Supply.
morning. They
Yes.
coming out.
She
Captain
said, good.
D's on Senior Citizen Day. They be bringing out wads and cash for a $6 meal. Babe, what you need all that money for a $6 meal for?
I
Why
want
y'all playing?
me one girl. Be so country. I'll be out there with my
told
little
them, me
Daisy
too,
Dukes
my
on
little
and my little boots.
What you want to see? You need a little baby? I give you a little tip.
I be out there, girl. I will plow the yard. Girl, I will be
Baby,
out there on
get
that
you
riding
some.
lawnmower. What are you saying? They tell me
And
to
look cute with it.
and be very happy with
Hello.
it. Happy with it.
I told him I'm going
Happy
to the
with
age
it.
where I want to be
Turn
very
right,
settled.
then take a
I
slight
do.
left.
I do. I want to be in that kitchen
Yeah.
with some cute, sexy clothes
Like this
on,
time, I don't even
churning
know.
butter. I would be all of that. I'd be your little slave.
I said, baby.
In 600 feet, take a slight
I'm
left.
tired of this work. I told her working on
I do. I love it.
These little YNs and
But he'll be like,
Working
she is
ghetto.
not lazy. She was out there
Take a
cutting
step
grass. She was out there. I love
They
her.
do it all the time.
And
When
do
these
it
folks-
all the
When
time.
these folks come in low, listen. They come in lows with these lawnmowers and all. They
Uh-huh.
wife have all the opinion now. The wife
Don't be
have all the
doing
say-so.
nothing.
In a
Nothing.
quarter of a mile, turn
know,
And
left.
they be acting like they be so overwhelmed with the stuff that they be doing. But we
then
do
when I
that.
ask
But
y'all-
we do that all the time because
Then when I
that's in
ask
our
y'all what y'all
culture.
do, what they tell me is, oh, I'm buying this for my son. So you ain't even doing the labor at all. You ain't even out there in the sun in the heat.
Girl, if they got a black woman, they would know what to do
They
because
really
we
don't.
do so much stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But in their culture, rightfully speaking, they don't have to
But
work.
it's too much race there. This morning I was just telling my manager, these men came in there, they were eating and stuff. They ain't say nothing to me when I came in front. They ain't even joking, laugh with me when I came in front. As soon as my manager came back in the door, well, where you been at? And I told her, I said, oh yeah, they definitely racist and Republican all the way. I said, cause now once they
Turn
say
left,
bye, see you
then the
later,
drop
nothing,
off
but
will
make
be
sure
on the
you tell my
left.
manager bye. I said, baby, that don't bother me at all, but you keep it on walking. I'm gonna tell you, go take a little dusty self, wrinkled up self. Your little low socks is gone now. Ain't exposed. You barely can move and walk and wobble. Hell, barely wiping your ass is gone now.
But
I'm
that,
pretty sure you got a pepper
but
on.
that is
In
not gonna stop me,
350
honey, because you
feet,
know,
turn right,
under
then turn
behind closed
right.
doors, they all want some of this.
But
You
then
already know.
even if they wanted, they can't do nothing with it. That's the problem. They can't do anything with it. They
But
don't
that's
even know.
okay. I'm gonna get me one with that. You know them Dodge Rams. I want one. You know the dualies, the F-150s. He want to have a 350 with a little bit of mud on the side. You know what I'm saying? It's clean, but just a little bit from him driving that far back into the house.
Turn right, then
Give
I
it
don't
arrive.
some
want none. They
land.
would have catch. Somebody offered me to live in their whole entire bottom basement. They
Really?
got all this land in the house. Yeah.
And you said,
I sure did, cause I got me feeling like we in these movies, no, and I can't come back up out of your shit. Hell no. I be in there and I be sleep. Yeah, I'm pussing me in the air. Hell no.
yes,
This
huh?
lady, and they real friendly. Yeah, they was out walking. They said, "You want me to give you a ride out?" I said, "No, ma'am. I sure don't. Cause you might take me and don't bring me back, and I'm gonna have to kill you in your car. Cause I ain't
You,
that woman no more."
you are so
Okay,
silly.
baby. I see you next time.
Okay, baby. Bye bye.
Bye. I see you one more time. I'm gonna have to get your number now.
All right. You have a good day. Now, what was my thing? The phone Easter, but I don't hear it.
Hello?
Yeah, what happened to the phone?
You said you had a ride. You hung up.
Yeah, I was still talking and you weren't. I ain't hear nothing.
Oh no.
What you doing?
I
You
don't
out?
know. Yeah, I'm at lunch.
Where you at? A harvest table?
You already know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let
Mm-hmm.
you enjoy your lunch.
All right then. I'll call you when I leave.
All right then. Bye bye.
Bye.
Let's see. Where am I going? Where is that noise? What is that noise? My phone don't sound like that. All right. So I need. I need deodorant. I need deodorant. I need deodorant. I need. What else was it? Alright, so I need deodorant. I need honey.
Wait a minute. Let me get you on the speakerphone. Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
I can hear fine.
Well, let me put it. Let me put it up. Let me get it. All right. I guess. Can you hear me better?
You're good.
All right. Yeah. Did you get? What did you say? Hey, honey.
I'm okay. So, I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say because I don't really know what's going on. And
Well, one thing that you know, if you don't know not anything else, remember, Crystal, how when you used to call and how Easter used to respond to you. Do not do that to me, please. Please, I don't mean no harm. Just make sure that you don't, because you sweet.
I mean,
You know how, what part you don't understand. See, what I was writing is I was saying that I'm really tired. I want to wait to the first. For one reason, I wanted to wait to the first because I don't want to be no financial burden to you. And coming in there and trying to be, I want to be able to help you if you need anything. If I'm coming into the house, that's one thing. And you never asked me for that. I just did that because that's the way we are. In our mind, we think that we have to have something to be able to come somewhere. You know how it used to feel when you come to somewhere, you want to be able to do something for yourself. So that's the reason why I was saying that. You never made me believe that I had to have anything from day one. I just started saying that. Okay. So I'm sorry that if I said that, I'm sorry if I'm saying something that makes you feel like it's you making me feel that way. You never made me feel that way. And so the second thing I'm writing on there is that I just been so tired. I'm here in um, Florence, and it's just one thing after the other. I don't know if you ever remember how you just go through one thing after the other. I'm just going through, just different things, different people just keep coming around, following me, following how they do. So you just don't even feel like going through it
In
anymore. You know what
100
I'm saying?
feet, turn
And
right on
just
Scottsville Road.
and so yeah, just keep doing that, and I just got so overwhelmed with it because that's all they do. And so I just done went to the point to where I can't even. It just bothers me. I just need a place so I can just get away from them and just get a fresh view. You know what I'm saying? Just a fresh surrounding. Because I think I've been here long enough. I need to take a break. And I think that's the problem with it. I think I stay in places too long, and I don't switch. Get up and leave fast enough, and that's why it started getting that way. Because at first when I got here, it wasn't that way. So I think I got to learn how to leave within a reasonable amount of time out of a city if I'm traveling or doing something, so it won't get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And so I believe that's a little bit of my fault because I think, like I said, I overwhelm my welcome out here in these areas, and I think people just don't want to figure out, okay, so what are you doing now? You just a woman just walking with a bag, but what are you gonna do? And I think that now they're trying to figure out, even though I buy my own food and stuff, just really what am I gonna do? So,
In a quarter of a mile, turn
so
left on Gary Farms Boulevard.
So now, and so I didn't know if you had any, like I said, I got like the amount that I told you I have that, and I get my allowance next Thursday, well, next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday. And so I was just trying to tough it out, but I just don't know. I'm just so tired. That's all. I'm just tired. That's it. And I didn't know if it would be a strain on you to come without any help. I didn't know. And I just wrote that. That's all.
Well, I'm definitely trying to figure it out. Right now, I got my I just paid my rent this morning, and I just went to work. Actually at work right now, and
Mhm.
I was trying to figure it all out because I don't really know what's going on because you're not coming here to live. So I this is what was on my mind. I want you to, I could not stay out there like that. And don't nobody in this family know what that's like but me. Cause I'm the only one done did it like you have. And you did it longer than me. So if I was tired, I can imagine how you might be feeling and you done did it longer than I have. But now that I've done so much work to get from being out there, I can't help but want the same thing for you. So that means
Yeah.
wanting you to be out of it total, not out of it
Yeah.
Turn
for
right.
a couple of weeks and then go back. So, but I
Yeah.
work all the time. I'm not a counselor or your
In
counselor,
1.2
and
miles,
I'm not
turn
trying
right.
to run
Then
your
take a
life.
slight right.
But at the same
That's
time,
right.
I'm trying to figure out, is it any way for us to be helpful to each other
Turn right.
when we
Then
both
make a
got
U-turn.
problems similar to where we done had issues with the law. You done had them, I done
Yeah.
had them. We both got
Turn left.
feelings on
Then
how we
turn
feel
right.
about different things that
Turn
might
right.
Mhm.
set you off, something might set me off, you know. And
Yeah.
so I know that just being honest, I know when I got off the phone, I said, "Oh, I forgot that they did put all Sharon stuff and made me be like Sharon, because I told you when they was bothering me, they kept calling me you, and so I said, oh, if
Are you
Sharon comes,
serious?
girl, girl, they put your gray car that you had with that you got in the red with that they told them they made that mine, and
Which
so
grade card?
the Solaris,
Oh, you mean the car with the top off it?
yeah, they put all of
They
your
made
stuff.
it your car?
Yes, all of your stuff was mine. And I called Easter and I said, they calling me Sharon.
In a
Like
mile,
I'm
turn
using her
right on Pasco
credit.
Boulevard.
What do you mean? How did they call you? How did they make that yours?
It
The
was
car, the
it
car.
was
I mean,
in my email, in my stuff, in my photos. Your where you used to stay with that lady, the furniture you had, the house you was in, that gray car.
but was they saying that it was? Was they saying this is you, or was they just it just was in there?
It was a part of my stuff and my personal saved stuff as if it was mine, and it was it was your stuff, it was not mine. And even when I was going to work, they was calling me you. And so
How was they doing?
they called.
How was they doing that?
I don't know how they were doing it, they were just
I
doing
mean,
it.
when you go to work, what was they saying?
Hello, Sharon. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that's not your name. And just doing me like that. But
Oh,
when I logged in to FedEx, Gwanda's name came up. So I told Easter,
what?
I told Easter they making it look like I use my family's credit and their information. So I didn't. When I said that, I said, "Oh no, oh no. If I let her come, they gonna make me. They gonna make that as an opportunity that I had to get your information." And so I was scared of that after that. So
No, no, don't be.
that's just being honest.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
just being honest. Cause
But you know what, Crystal? They're
mhm.
doing that to keep us from being with each other. It's some slick law enforcement out there that do that. They play games to keep you from being around me and me from being around you, so that they can play the games with our minds. Because we don't have each other, we ain't got nothing. We ain't got each other. We ain't got our own family. Who do we got? You know what I'm saying? So when you being honest like you are now and saying it, then that helps us to understand. Oh, I'm accusing you of that. I know what happened. Okay, you told me it was in your stuff. Don't worry. I shouldn't think no further than what you just said. I should leave it alone. You done told
Me and
me.
Easter got into the same thing because when I got down there, I asked Easter said, "What's your name doing on my stuff?" And I said, "Girl, I ain't nobody been in your stuff." And she said, "Your name is on my stuff." And I said, "Your name was on mine." And me and her got into the same thing. Easter told the police in Columbia County that I used her credit when me and her got into it. And I said, I
What?
haven't did any such thing. So that is why I be like, no, I'ma just stay by myself because I don't want no issues like that. I don't want to have that problem.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want to have that problem at all because I ain't never had that issue like that. But
Yeah.
my thing was I have to work between now and then. So maybe between now and the first we'll have time to communicate. But I'd be gone all day. And so I'm assuming that if you came, you'll be going to work with me.
Well, that's what you told me. You told me you wanted me to go to work with you at night. Didn't you say that you wanted me to go to work with you so you can get more hours?
I thought that would be good for the both of us. Then you won't be broke and I won't be either.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't need to be just sitting around. I mean, if you working and you leaving the house, I should go work. If it's extra money that can be made, I mean, I don't see no problem. That way both of us can deal with it and I can help until I decide what I'm going to do because I'm trying to get my case situated. That's what I'm trying to do. If I can just get it right and get these things done, I'll be on my own after a while.
But I was
Turn
I
right
was
on
trying to
Pasco
tell you
Boulevard.
I was trying to tell you though for real because Aunt Betty Joyce told me when I had that O'Reilly's wreck okay, you know all the law, but I don't know if you know this part. When you
In
decide that you're gonna
750
sue
feet, turn
them
left
people
on Kenilworth
send
Way.
they undercover attorneys and investigators to see who you are, and when they find out you homeless, that you have a harder time. And I did not
Turn
know
left
that.
on
Aunt Betty
Kenilworth
Joyce
Way.
told me that. And that's why it was so hard for me to get my money out of that O'Reilly's wreck. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Hey,
when them people found out I was homeless, that man said, "We'll
In
give you
half
a
a
hundred
mile,
dollars."
turn left
And
on
I
Cave
said,
Springs Avenue.
$100? Because they only did it because I was homeless. So if you got stuff
but
going on, you gonna have to get settled and get an address. You gonna have to because
well,
it's
you know what?
hmm,
But see, I understand what you're saying, but you should not have to worry because when you have all of your information and your facts, and you know how you got out there in that situation, you don't have to worry about it. You see what I'm saying? So
hmm.
I know how I got in this situation. I know how I got out here in this city. I know everything, and I know all the facts,
Oh
and I can
no, I'm not
testify
talking about how
to the
you
facts.
got. I ain't talking about how you got homeless. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm just talking about moving forward. I just feel like that will help you settle your stuff faster. That if you get somewhere, see if you came
Yeah.
here and let's say you came here and we worked together. Let's just say you came here
Mhm.
and we spent about 3 or 4 days together. I think that if we could just, just focus on work and no heavy conversations, nothing serious, I think that
Turn
we could
left on Cave
probably
Springs
make,
Avenue.
you
Then
know,
arrive at the pickup.
a bit amount of money for both of us. You know, if we could just go to
Yeah.
work and we just ride and just focus on making the money and doing what we got to do, I feel like we could make
In
enough
100 feet,
that
arrive at the
you know what I'm
pickup.
saying, that we could probably
We can.
do that. You could probably do some, get you a motel, do something like that. But I definitely feel like the money and the capability is there. I do. Let's
Yeah.
see. I'm trying to make sure,
Yeah.
but I got to. I am literally pulling up, gonna pick somebody up right now.
Okay.
But
Okay.
how long you gonna be where you at? Cause I noticed you don't call at night.
Well, because it don't be no place to connect to, don't be no Wi-Fi. I ride the bus at night,
They don't got no Wi-Fi on the
so I
bus.
can not the one that I ride. No, the one I ride it don't have a Wi-Fi. The one in Cincinnati have Wi-Fi, but not in Florence, not in Kentucky. The one I'm at, it don't have it. It don't have Wi-Fi. So we just can ride, but not with the unless you have your own. So I just don't call that much. I just wait till the morning. But right now I'm gonna be in here for a little while. You know, I'll be in here for a while doing my work. And the same way you called, I was able to see you calling, and I picked up on it.
Well, but I
They don't
really.
close until 10. They don't close until 10 here.
Oh, that's a long time. Oh, okay. So you
Yeah,
get to
but
be in there a long
yeah, they
time.
close. Well, I try to, but I try to. I try to spend the time doing something productive, but it be so much in your way. I know you remember how it used to be. It be so much in your way that you just have to just keep praying and crying and keep going, And then when you get to you, they want us to keep breaking apart and keep being worried about stuff. But we got to just say we're not worried. We're not worried. I'm not gonna worry about them saying did anything to me, and you're gonna say, and I'm not worried either, because that's the only way we're gonna survive and be able to get away from the way that they don't put our minds, because they make us think that we have to keep turning away from each other in order to make it, and that's a lie. They're not turning away from their people. They're not turning away from their people. And so we don't have to turn against each other to make it.
Hello.
So when you say, Sharon,
Uh-huh.
are you going to
Left.
excuse me? No, I'm not. Oh, let me let you go. Yes.
Okay, I'll call you back. Let me finish this ride real quick, and I'll call you right back. Answer the
All
phone.
right. Be safe.
All right,
Be
bye.
safe. Okay, be safe.
How you doing today, sir?
Good.
In 450 feet, turn left on Blue Lake Way, then turn left on Spring Hollow Avenue.
All right, we'll be to your location in about 14 minutes, okay?